And they know this. They know this for an absolute fact. It's now part of the science documents. They realize that the mind is connecting up to 11 dimensions. Peer-reviewed science, Brain Institute. Scientists modeled the quantum chip after the human mind. They were like, how can we get a computer to do much more than this linear processing? This linear processing isn't getting it done. I know. Let's model a quantum computer after the quantum consciousness. Everything is a fractal. So they decided to model the human mind into a quantum chip. Now, the quantum chip is only about, let me see if I can find something that small. Quantum chip is about this large. Quantum computer is about this big. Think about that for a second. Now, all the apparatus around it is huge, but the computer itself is about this large. They gave it a mission to solve a problem. And this thing solved the problem within minutes. Something that would have taken every computer connected in the world trillions of years to solve. So when they went back to try to figure out how this thing solved this problem, they were completely shocked. This is Google. Google has this quantum computer, so you can easily look it up. The computer, the quantum chip, it went into the multiverse to get the answer. You heard that right. The chip that they modeled after our own consciousness went into the multiverse to get the answers. That should tell you something right there. The power that we have, that they know about, okay? They know we have this power. They don't want us to believe we have it. Because if we knew that we had the power of a quantum computer on our shoulders, we wouldn't be complaining, whining, crying, and not accomplishing things. We wouldn't feel like victims all the time, and we wouldn't let people put their boots on our necks. But we're walking around with a quantum computer on our shoulders. The same quantum computer at Google that went into the multiverse to get the answers in minutes. And we're sitting here with the same device and we're struggling. It's only because of a lack of awareness. There's nothing wrong with you. You didn't do anything wrong. You're not stupid. You're not dumb. You're not an idiot. You don't have a low IQ. You just don't have the awareness of how powerful you truly are, because everyone has told you that you're not powerful. You have an imagination in elementary school. Stop daydreaming. You come up with great ideas. Your family and friends tell you that's stupid. And you get beat down like this consistently over decades until the point where you believe you can't do anything. That's what's happened to us. You make it to a certain level in business, you feel relatively successful, and you hit a plateau. You can't grow further than that. Where you are is great, but there's always more levels. And you figure, why did I reach this plateau? I can't understand what's happening here. Or you might have gotten to an area where you reach such a high level in your mind, and now your mind doesn't want to stretch beyond that point because it doesn't believe it's possible. These are all self-limiting beliefs holding us back. This is programming code telling us we can't do it. This is subconscious programming from the television that gives you broadcasting. So they broadly cast spells on the masses with this programming that programs your subconscious from the time you're little. They broadly cast it. And then you've got this code embedded in your subconscious, and you think you're making all your own decisions. You're not making any decisions for yourself. The 5 corporations that own the media are making your decisions. Your parents and your ancestors are making your decisions from all the programming that they gave you and all the epigenetics running around inside of your body. Your friends at school and your teachers and everyone else, those are the people making all your decisions. You're not really making that many decisions because you don't have the manifesting codes. The subconscious is a programmer of 95% of the manifestations that happen in your life. And you're going to manifest whether you manifest something good, mediocre, or bad. We are all manifesting. It's imbued within this reality. We have conscious thoughts and we act on them. When we act on the conscious thoughts, a manifestation occurs every single time. Principle of cause and effect in the ancient Kemetic principles. It's just that simple. We're always going to have a consequence when we act on something, whether it's a good consequence or a bad consequence. There's always going to be a consequence. We have been fooled into believing that these consequences that are occurring are not our fault. You see? We've been fooled into believing that we owe trillions of dollars. Who do we owe trillions of dollars to? There's a deficit. We owe trillions and trillions of dollars. Who owes this money? To who? To live on Earth? The greatest beguiling probably in any history or time frame that exists is the beguiling of making people pay to live on their own planet. That's the biggest beguiling probably of all time. It needs to be in the universal book of records. And they got us believing this stuff because of the programming. By repeating it over and over and over again, your whole life, you've heard the deficit, the deficit, the deficit. We owe, we owe, we owe, we owe, you owe, you owe, you're in debt, you're in debt, you're in debt. It's just programming. They programmed us to think that money had value. Money has no value. Money has zero value. It only has the value that we consciously attribute to it in the moment. It has no intrinsic value. It's a piece of paper. It's zeros and ones. It doesn't even exist. But they programmed us to believe it's real. The nervous system locks up because of all the stressors and all the distractions that they have going on. And you can't manifest beyond your belief of that nervous system. When the nervous system locks up and freezes and puts you in fight or flight, all the blood leaves your frontal lobe, goes to the back of the brain. Now your logic is gone, your reasoning is gone, your ability to make good, solid decisions for yourself and your family, gone.